Most quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Luck now to throw. And his first look is incomplete. It was Minkah Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Single, 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 single.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. A look now at the starters defensively for the Broncos. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Here's Luck. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Key to tight end.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping a tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Never ideal conditions in the snow for a kicker, but the first test on the opening drive, he passed it.
He certainly did. You know what the unit told me was their biggest issue playing? In the snow, you just worry about something getting in your eye as the ball is snapped, and then you might miss it, and there goes 3 points off the board.
This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the final pick of the first round in 2018 out of Louisville. It's Lamar Jackson.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Jackson from the shotgun, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Now those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
They'll run on first down. It's Hines. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
On first down, Dobbins. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff in the stat.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So the Patriots gearing up to go now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 2nd and 11 now. Luck, and he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Back to throw. Luck. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now it's Hines. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, Jackson dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. 6-3 is our score after one. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Jackson now. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. His pass caught at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
On 3rd down, Dobbins. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line.
And no forward progress here. This is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Ready? Hey, hold on. 50 seconds left. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe it.
This is Hines, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They go play action now. Jackson rolling to his right. Got a man. It's Ross, complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Now Jackson on first down. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run on first down. Hines. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when he clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. 2 minutes to play in the first half of an 8-3 game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Escaping the pressure right to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it'll be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Hines. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. 60 out low. 31. 66. Pull it. Half. We got 3. Tight dog. Tight dog. Tight dog.
Throwing is Jackson. Flushed out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So now 4th down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Well, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
And Butker able to put this one through. And that'll push the lead to 11-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Come on, man. Let's go.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, here's Love. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Andrew Luck and company heading back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Love. This is Shepard on the catch. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Now it's Luck. Under pressure and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's taken to the 26. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Broncos take over. 1st down. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now he'll throw deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Jackson operating from the gun. Going to throw right side here. Complete. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we reach half. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Every team in the league always wants explosive plays, breakout plays, and even more so when it's your horse who's had a tough time during the game.
Yeah, not that great in the first half. Maybe he can recalibrate here in the third and then carry that over to the fourth.
I like that. Recalibrate. Strong.
On first down, Dobbins. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run on first down. It's Hines. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time. Forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. If you find out
looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. He gets this one to Johnson. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And after that completion, understand why so many teams in the league.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Here is Andrew. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They run it again with Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Again, it's Williams.
I got you, boy.
And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he finds McDonald. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Off of play action, Luck. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. New England on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Back now in Foxborough. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter. Now Luck. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Williams will try again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you, and make sure they touch it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Denver has the first down, the play going for 15 yards. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
The Broncos on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. He may try and run, and he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Lamar Jackson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Locke. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Luck. And he comes back with one complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
It'll be a Patriot 1st down on a pickup on 16. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores, want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
To throw is Locke. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They go play action here on 1st down.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his 1st catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Now Locke. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. They'll fake it. Now Locke. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Locke. It's complete to Williams. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Luck now to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like,
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the draw, here's Williams. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He's back to throw. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line. But, Charles, a one-score game.
coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
An absolutely perfect fall afternoon for football, Coach, and we are under bright blue Colorado skies at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Ready. Back to the back. Behind. And watch that. And watch the block. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true number 1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat them.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Winston now. Gets it off to Freeman. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Now Winston dumps that off to Ware. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football, got to him, and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Hines. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Offensive starters, here they are. David DeCastro, what do you think about him, Charles?
Brandon could not have been better trained at Stanford. So well schooled in the run game and the pass game, and especially in pro principles. David DeCastro could be an all-pro in the years to come.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 37.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now it's Jackson, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. Aaron Donald with a sack.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Jameis to throw it. And finding the tight end Hooper. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball is thrown.
Now it's a bootleg with Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. And he's going to go down again. In for the sack, Deion Jones. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now.
Or
very
lights
quickly,
out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Defensively, here's how they will line it up for Kansas City. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. 1 in running the ball, 1 in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson eluding the pressure right. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Lamb. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Forced out to his left. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that. They might just... And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Jackson from the shotgun, escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. To throw is Jackson. Throwing on 4th down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Winston. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Deion Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. On 2nd down, it's Ware. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. How about the safety, Minka Fitzpatrick, swooping in for the sack?
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This is fielded at the 27. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And that touchdown drive happened very, very quickly. You knew that they had the quick strike ability. They showed it.
And for a defense that understands that, it still drives them crazy when it actually happens to them. Fast and furious, there came the points.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now here comes Kansas City. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. Play action now. Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On second down, Ware. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Got some room at the 30. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's fourth down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on third and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run. But how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on fourth down. Do you really have a play you believe in? Or are you just hopeful? And you've got to sell it to the big man before it gets called. Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air. And that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They begin the drive with Hines. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned the load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play in that situation.
That one good for 26 and a first down. So first and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Here we go. Before the base. 54. Hey, watch the slant.
Again, Jackson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw is Jackson. He's going to float this over the middle. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And that'll be caught by Kupp. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Here's the Chiefs punter now. He's been terrific so far. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So all right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Now Jackson on first down, throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lamb. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run with Hines. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd down now. Dobbins. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On the run, it's Ware. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, Winston. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Deion Jones getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. He finds an opening past the 40. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And
I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
To throw, Winston. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
3rd and long for Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deion Jones, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. It's a punt return score of 70 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. But it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they miss-hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. That catch, by the way, number 940 in his career, so he's 60 away from a grand, but 940, that ties him with Art Monk.
And I think it's fitting that he tied Art Monk because of the way that he goes about his business, the way that he plays the game. Not a lot of flash, not a lot of dash, but plenty of production.
It's Hill, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice play for Kansas. City picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Ready?
First down, Kansas City.
Running on 1st down with Ware. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
They go again with Ware. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now Winston. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. To Ware on the draw. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Mike's 15.
They'll run here with Freeman. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive, because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well, because
this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play.
And that's caught by Thomas for a Kansas City touchdown. Jordan Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. And a play fake down near the goal line here worked out well.
Anytime you can make them think that you're going to run the ball and go to that play-action pass, you see the end result, usually a touchdown.
Is that harder? Is the play fake harder to defend for the defense near the goal line, or no? Because there's not as much room to work with?
It is harder because down near the goal line, you're thinking much more of a running play, especially if people run out big formations, so it is harder to defend.
And Denver getting set to take the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation.
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know it's coach to scream, but just hang on to the ball, man.
Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the gun, Jackson fighting through pressure. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him are not fully merged.
And now this pass brought in by Brown. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one, Dean.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
On first down, Hines. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They can't stop us, baby.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And sensing the momentum may be changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Winston readies the offense. Down by 7, 2:18 on the clock. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
They'll look to throw. They complete it to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back to throw.
Now you're right on.
It's caught at the 10. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play there for KC. 41 yards. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Austin Hooper. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Winston's pass complete to number 81, Austin Hooper.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. So the Broncos coming out now. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
They'll run on first down. It's Hines, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here's Jackson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Jackson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. With it is Brown. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Winston to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Here's Freeman. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up fourth down. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6 at the 33-yard line.
On second down, it's Hines, and he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Partner, there's no doubt in my mind the defense has to be excited. They should be excited after what they've done recently here. But guess what? My old coaches always used to say, when you're having that kind of success, be careful. Play your keys, play your techniques. Watch.
Oh, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Alert 3. Slam, slam, slam.
On third down, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field.
Watch time, watch time. Tight end right. 40.
They start the drive with Ware, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the shotgun, it's Winston. This will be caught by Brown. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. On third down, it's Freeman, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Here's the Chiefs punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. "62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try to play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Going deep downfield for Ross. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And that'll bring up second down. They'll try the left side. Hines. And he'll be taken down at the 18. That'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs roll around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us.
True.
We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, we are just west of downtown Denver off of I-25 at Empower Field at Mile High. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do better. Battle between the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
He's always been an incredible decision maker on the field. Takes care of the ball really well, puts his team in the right positions, makes sure the play calls are accurate. Also was a minor league baseball player. Didn't hit very well there. I think he made a great career choice picking football.
A running play there, going to get 10 and a quick first down. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. 2nd down, it's Henderson. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
Sometimes you get just a little over-eager defensively when you've got people backed up because the mentality is to attack, take the ball away, or at worst, just keep them backed up there for your own offense. They actually used their aggressiveness against them on that one and hit them big.
Absolutely. Had them pinned on the 2. Not anymore. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Denver has the first down, the play going for 15 yards. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 28. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
It's a gain of 34. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. So that one will be accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Now it's Hines. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Jackson eluding the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Buying time to his left. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
To throw is Jackson, escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
They drop to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On first down, it's Hines. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
He'll look to throw, and it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Point after, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. Well, September sure treated him kindly. Now we flip over to October. Any reason to think that those numbers drop, or can he keep the pace up?
Well, he can keep the pace up, but it's going to get a lot more difficult now. To me, it's a lot like baseball, all right? When guys, when they first hit the league, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, and they go through the league the first time and they're hot, they're going, wow, what a phenom. Then they get tape on them, they get scouting reports, they start to do different things. Let's see if he's going to adapt and expand his game in order to keep up that type of production.
That's a good call because he's a known entity. See how they defend him going forward. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? It did not let him get downfield.
This pass into the arms of Snead, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Henderson now on 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Wilson now off the bootleg. He's got his man on the crossing route. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 37. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does. The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, no gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Throwing is Wilson. He'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. Wilson. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Sanders' kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
To throw again is Wilson. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now it's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Sanders is good. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
Here's Wilson to throw. And incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Jets have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out. Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And this is caught at the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. John Ross, his first touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
The extra point up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So let's glance at a player's spotlight now with Russell Wilson. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Strong left.
Throwing again. Wilson. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's taken in by Henderson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
We play to win. Let's go.
So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because
And now look at him go. 20, 10, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his second touchdown on the season as his guys are able to regain the lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They'll run on first down. Henderson. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On third down, Wilson. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. From the 29, Jackson flushed out right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
On third down, Hines. And he'll be well short of a first down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Come. Mike 52, Mike. Ready. Mike 52.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. Well, I thought they should have punted before. Now they probably definitely need to punt, right?
Yeah, we did a little mind melding there, didn't we? Because I was wondering, why are you out there if you're not going to punt it in the first place? Now I don't think they have any choice.
Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes one extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
And he is out of bounds up past the 10. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Butker now to add the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a two-score swing that you just gave up. But that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Single receiver, hey.
From the gun, Wilson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He's been a good game manager. They're winning here in the 3rd quarter, but really the ground game is where it's been at for them, hasn't it?
So whatever the game plan was, you just got to focus on continuing to run the football. And really, that takes the pressure off of the guy throwing it around. Doesn't have to be the focal point. Hand it off, let him chew up the yardage in big plays, and your team's winning. The only people upset, the fantasy guys who may have started him at quarterback in their leagues.
And we'll see if they continue with a recipe of the ground game.
Watch the slant. Check 24, check 24. Watch the safety creep.
On 3rd down, Hines. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, they might reduce them, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounces. 8 ounces good.
All right, just checking.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. Jackson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. On third down, Jackson flush to his right, looking for the end zone, and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A.J. Boye with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the interception, here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
The reception good for 7. It's third down. The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. Wilson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
They'll let this go deep for Sutton. And no, it's incomplete. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Jackson down on third down, eluding the pressure right to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
Butker's kick here is good, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Jets. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On the draw, this is Henderson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Wilson. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hawkinson. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
Set, ready? 50, plant. Choose the mic. Army. Shoot.
On 1st down, it's Hines. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Let's go, boys.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Jackson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson looking for his running back, and he's got it.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw, escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And the Jets D, they call out a couple extra defensive backs on 3rd. Jackson to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door. Maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base.
We got 4.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Broncos, they pick up win number 4 on the campaign as they emerge victorious here. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it.